Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about a flurry of moves that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made. These moves include the team releasing wide receiver / kickoff and punt returner Jaydon Mickens, activating offensive lineman John Molchon from the injured reserve, releasing edge rusher Elijah Ponder from the practice squad, and signing cornerback Blidi Wreh-Wilson to the practice squad. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button if you do enjoy these types of videos, and leave your thoughts about all of these moves down in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and start with what some people have regarded as a pretty surprising move, that being the Buccaneers releasing Jaydon Mickens from their active roster. Now, Mickens had been the starting return man for the Buccaneers since the start of the season. He had been the kickoff returner, he had been punt returner. That is what his job has been. He's also done some work on kickoff coverages and punt coverages as well, so he's mainly been exclusively a special teams player. Now, Jaydon Mickens was actually part of the Buccaneers' final roster cuts. He was then brought back to the practice squad, which was surprising for a handful of people, myself included, because I didn't think that Jaydon Mickens was going to be able to make it to the Buccaneers' practice squad. I thought that he was going to go and sign with another team. Was not the case. He was brought back on the Buccaneers' practice squad, and then he was eventually promoted again to the active roster, pretty much right around the start of the season. And yeah, ever since he was promoted back to the active roster after being part of those final roster cuts, he's been pretty much a main key cog in the special teams unit for this team, which has led, again, a lot of people to be surprised as this release has happened here. But you know, while Jaydon Mickens could sign with another team, that is a strong possibility. If I was in the camp of Jaydon Mickens, he is a friend of the channel, by the way, but it would get frustrating, right? Being cut and re-signed and cut again by the same team over and over and over again. He could sign with another team, but he could also return to the Buccaneers practice squad like he did after the final roster cuts. That is definitely a strong possibility there. What this does mean for all the Jalen Darden fans out there is that Jalen Darden will more likelier than not become a regular active player come game day for the Bucs as the team's return man, both on kickoffs and punt returns, unless they want to go a completely different route that they really haven't shown anybody yet. It seems like it's going to be Jalen Darden now assuming that starting role as the Buccaneers return man. So get excited for that. Let's go ahead and see what happens with Jalen Darden there. But I wish nothing but the best for Jaydon Mickens as well. He is a friend of the channel, and be it either with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again on the practice squad, be it with another team as well, I hope he finds his footing, and I hope he is able to continue to make an impact in this league. Taking up Jaydon Mickens' roster spot on the active 53-man roster is offensive lineman John Molchon, who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have activated from the injured reserve. Now, John Molchon, he had been dealing with a handful of nagging injuries, I believe thigh injuries or hamstring or calf injuries. Something was hampering John Molchon there for a while, which is why the Buccaneers had placed him on the injured reserve in the first place, and now he's back. What are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting back with John Molchon? Well, they are getting a versatile offensive lineman who can play every single spot on the offensive line, including center. A lot of people may forget this, but John Molchon was actually having to fill in throughout a good portion of the preseason and training camp as the team's emergency center due to the injuries the Buccaneers were dealing with regarding their backup centers, like Robert Hainsey, like I believe Nick Leverett was another guy, among some of the other people there. John Molchon actually had to get, trained on the fly on how to play center, and overall I think he did a very good job, and now he can add that to his resume along with playing guard and tackle as well. Now, John Molchon is a valuable offensive lineman who will provide some very good depth along the offensive line, as well as some good special teams play, in addition to what he can do as a backup, versatile offensive lineman. We've talked about this before. Bruce Arians, he loves versatility in all of his players, offensive linemen especially, and John Molchon definitely brings all of that to the table. So the Buccaneers get some bolster to their depth on their offensive line. I am happy to see him back on the team, as he is also a friend of the channel. Again, wish nothing but the best here for John Molchon as he continues to get back into the mix and get himself integrated back into the Buccaneers active 53-man roster. Now moving from that active 53-man roster down to the practice squad and some of the moves that have happened there, the Buccaneers have released Elijah Ponder from the practice squad. He was a decent developmental edge rusher for the team throughout the offseason, the preseason, and the regular season while he was on the practice squad. I believe he signed a couple of weeks after the season had started to the practice squad. They had brought him back into the fold. He was continuing to grow and develop and whatnot, but now they have moved on from him. I could very well see him return to the practice squad at some point to continue to develop, but it also wouldn't surprise me if Elijah Ponder ended up on another team's practice squad who runs a 3-4 defense just to continue to see what they could do for them, grow and develop him in their defensive systems, whatever it may be. The Buccaneers may risk losing Elijah Ponder to a different practice squad, but I feel like the opportunity may also present itself to bring him back to their own practice squad. But who took the place of Elijah Ponder on the Buccaneers practice squad? Well, it was veteran cornerback Blidi Wreh-Wilson. Don't know if I'm saying that name right. If I am completely wrong, hey, you guys can make fun of me in the comment section below. That's the beauty of the comment section. But again, a veteran cornerback has been added to the Buccaneers practice squad. He is 6'1", 190 pounds, and 31 years old is Wreh-Wilson. Third-round draft pick in 2013 by the Tennessee Titans. Played for them from 2013 to 2015, then joined the Atlanta Falcons from 2016 to 2020, where he honestly really did kind of have a breakout couple of years there in his career that we'll talk about in a second. And then he was most recently with the Raiders in the 2021 offseason before being cut on August 31st. Now, in terms of the overall career stats for Wreh-Wilson, it's nothing, I guess, that you would call super spectacular, but at the end of the day, he does have four career interceptions, 3 of which came in 2020 with the Falcons. Again, he kind of had a little bit of some breakout play there, especially in that 2020 season. I remember a lot of Falcons fans honestly feeling pretty good with how Wreh-Wilson was playing, wanted to bring him back this past offseason. Unfortunately for the Falcons fans, they decided to move on from him, and now he ends up with the Buccaneers. But he's only started 17 games in his 9-year career, so he's mostly been a backup and a special teams player throughout the entirety of his career in the league. And he will be added depth in the wake of Richard Sherman's injury. He's not going to be placed on the IR, Sherman is, so there is some hope there. But in case they need to call somebody up, they need to elevate somebody up, Wreh-Wilson can be there. He can play both outside corner and nickel corner as well. Him and Rashard Robinson are the 2 cornerbacks on the practice squad right now. Makes sense that they would bulk up that position group a little bit as they are dealing with literally loads of injuries that we have talked about to death in multiple different videos. Again, right now as it stands, the Buccaneers cornerback room is Jamel Dean. It is D. Delaney, Ross Cockrell, Pierre Desir, and now Rashard Robinson and Blidi Wreh-Wilson on the practice squad. That is what the Buccaneers have right now at their disposal. Those 6 cornerbacks. Will they elevate Wreh-Wilson to the active roster? I'm not sure. They probably want to give him some time to learn the defense and whatnot. It's kind of an insurance thing, right? If Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, or Richard Sherman have some type of setback, they have a solid veteran corner who at the end of the day hasn't started many games in the league, but he's started games in the league. The guy's a 9-year veteran. He knows how to play cornerback in the NFL, both at outside corner and at inside corner as well. He could be a valuable depth asset to this Buccaneers cornerback room, much like what we've seen with Pierre Desir. I think Pierre Desir was a great addition to the depth overall for this team. I think that Blidi Wreh-Wilson is kind of in the same vein. I don't know if he's as good as Pierre Desir. I think Pierre Desir is better. But again, I still think this is a solid depth signing nonetheless. And I'm very, very pumped about this move. What do you guys think about everything I just talked about? Let me know your thoughts about this flurry of few moves the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made down in the comments section below. Were you surprised by Jaydon Mickens' release? What do you think about John Molchon being activated from the injured reserve? And what do you think about both Elijah Ponder being released from the practice squad as well as Blidi Wreh-Wilson being added to the practice squad? Give me your thoughts on all of those situations, again, down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.